Hi there everybody, it's Verity here from inkybutterfly.wordpress.com and thank you for joining me again today for another card making tutorial. We're continuing with the little mini series featuring the quite curvy stamp set and the coordinating curvy dies. Some are missing at the moment, ready to use. And we're making this card today. So as you can see, this has got more of a festive vibe to it. I do have friends that don't celebrate Christmas, but I feel like this has got the festive vibe without necessarily saying Happy Christmas. So we're going to replicate this for you today and show you how I did this. Okay, a few little bits have been done in advance, so I've already got a shaded spruce card base ready to go, and the Whisper White layer is 3.5 by 5.25 inches. I've already got that flourish already stamped, and I've already stamped and coloured the little birds to make them look a little like robins. Now I know robins don't have bright red breasts like that, and their faces are usually quite pale, but we're going with it, and this is soft suede and poppy parade that I've used to colour in those birds. Okay, so there's a bit more colouring to do and some stamping to do. Okay, so let's get the colouring finished. I'm just going to bring in the shaded spruce, light shaded spruce. This is marker to colour in this little bough or garland or whatever. Okay, love shaded spruce for Christmas. It's just a very nice, wonderful green, of course named after the pine tree that we traditionally have as our Christmas trees, spruce trees. So just going along there, colouring all that foliage in. Like so. And then we're going to use Poppy Parade as we did with the tummies on the birds to colour in those flowers. So kind of giving the feel of poinsettias. Obviously they aren't, but it just gives it that festive vibe. Okay. So no heroic blending going on or anything, we're just getting it coloured, and the blends give us this really nice vibrant look to those images. Okay, so that's the colouring done. Okay, we'll die cut those in a moment. This scrap of paper is for the sentiments, which made with love just for you. So again, it doesn't say Christmas, but it just says that someone's thinking of them at that time of year. Shaded spruce ink, light tapping on the ink pad, and we'll just press that into the middle of that scrap piece of card, and we'll be die cutting that. And then we'll need that again, so that's ready to die cut. And then on this panel we're going to stamp across the middle. I'm just going to bring in some scrap paper just to do that, so that, because we're going to go off the edge with the stamp. So I'm just going to make sure that's well inked, and we're going to go across the middle like that. And then turn it round and line that up across the bottom there. I think we'll go that way. I wandered a bit further past the middle, I think, but it's alright. The chamois just off to the left, I'm just wiping that off. Okay. Now we're going to add a secret ingredient. We're going to use our Wink of Stella pen, which will do two things. It will add some sparkle, because, you know, Christmas is full of sparkle and everything, isn't it? So, but I'm hoping that the camera is picking up the fact that as I'm rubbing over the line art on here, it is also pulling some of that ink in and giving a shade of colour to those leaves as well. Okay, I didn't want to use the blend, I didn't want it to be as in your face, if you know what I mean, and I wanted the other elements to shine through. I just wanted this to be a nice subtle detail in the background, and I felt that this did two things by adding the sparkle and a little bit of colour as well. Okay, so that's really cool, isn't it? I hope it's picking up. Is it? Can you tell that? Yeah. So it just takes a minute just to go through that, but I think the results are really, really good and worthwhile doing. I would say you probably don't want to, if the ink was like completely dry, it probably wouldn't blend out as much. Probably would a little bit, but not as much as it is right now. It's still something you could possibly do in a batch, if you know what I mean. Get all your bases done and then the other bits. So a lot of that's going to be covered anyway, but you know, just never tell always which bits are going to be seen and which aren't really. So I wonder if the just going to see if we can pick up some of the sparkle on there. I don't know whether we can or not. Oh yeah, just a bit. Okay, so that's really, really cool. So that's ready to go onto our card base, and we need to do some die cutting. So we can probably do all of this in one go. I'm using a stitch triangle. That's not a triangle, is it? That's got more than 3 sides. That is a rectangle. Stitch rectangle. To go over there, we can do our garland bow thing, like so, and then we can get the birds squeezed in. If I cut that piece of paper down slightly, they'll squeeze in at the bottom there. Okay, so this magnetic platform is brilliant for this kind of thing, because you know those aren't going to go anywhere. The only time you will damage a die, like while you're crafting, is if cutting blades overlap each other and you roll it through. But with this platform, they all just stay in place so beautifully. You virtually eliminate that risk. Okay, so we'll just roll those through, so all in one pass of the machine we can get all of those things die cut beautifully. Okay, so we can lift away these dies, pop out our elements. Okay, fantastic. Let's put those to one side. Right, let's get these guys. I know these are all going on dimensionals, so we'll just get them prepped right now. With that, I'm just going to grab my take your pick tool. So I want the little mini guys to go on the back of the birds. Oops. One in the middle, and then we'll use a couple of the larger ones on the on there. Okay, we're almost ready to start assembling things. I'm going to take off these backs so that we're ready to go. And these ones too. So they're cool. And then the stamped panel that we've got, which is now going to be really nice and dry because Wink of Stella doesn't actually take very long to dry at all. So we're going to put that onto our card base with our Stampin' Seal. There we are. So I'll try and get those borders as even as I can. Ooh, and that's definitely not it. There we are, that's better. There we go, that will do nicely. Press that into place. Okay. And then our sentiment's just going to go off to the right slightly but low down. Like so. And the lovely bow is going to fill up that little blank space there and just sit across the top of that, which just looks delightful. And then we've got our little birds. Okay, so I think it's cute that the little tails sort of poke out from the edge as well. I think that sort of adds a little bit of fun to the card as well. I took him behind like I did before. Thought that looked nice. So just, and there we have it. Okay, really nice and simple. I'm not going to add any bling or anything because I think actually, you know, yeah, it's a bit flowery, but could get away with sending that to a guy as well. Okay, so there's the two side by side, really easy. You know, if you get all the colouring and die cutting done, you could get those prepared in advance and add bling, ribbon, whatever you want to those. And if you do want to switch that out for a Christmas sentiment, then obviously there's lots of stamp sets in the current Stampin' Up catalogue that you could substitute those for. Okay, all the products that I've used today are going to be linked below directly to the shop link, so please do stop by there if you do fancy purchasing anything. And if you have liked this video, please tap the thumbs up, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe. Thanks ever so much, everybody. Have a great day. See you again soon. Okay, take care. Bye.